Could you give an example of a prototype you've built that has been used in one of the games?
Yeah, being able to navigate is something I touched upon earlier in our conversation. And that's
Right.
actually pretty key because as games get more and more complicated, players have access to different abilities. And what I mean by that is that, you could jump in a game, you could actually jump twice potentially. So that's one thing that has come up in more and more games is like in your first jump, you could actually initiate a second jump. Anyways, I'm getting into the nitty gritty details, but you can imagine that being able to navigate actually comprises a bunch of different things like zip lines, teleports, grappling hooks, you name it, right? And that
I get lost in games. So this is on point for me. So
yeah. So essentially classical solutions to solve this, because of course we can navigate, if you played any game, a bot can navigate around a simple map and, it's gonna look fine. But if you've also like dug a little bit deeper, like say you're fighting against a bot, an NPC, and you go hang out on top of a cliff or something, the bot's gonna just hang out at the bottom of the cliff and just kind of, not know how to get to you, right? It doesn't know how to get to you. It doesn't have the same abilities that you have. And that's actually a limitation. That's not actually by design necessarily. It's actually like, okay, no, this is a limitation of our NPCs because our underlying navigation system can handle this. And so essentially as you break away from the classical system, which is just navigating in a simple 2D space where you're able to move around in simple regions, deep reinforcement learning comes in. And basically what we've done is we've integrated a bot that sees the world kind of like a player does. It kind of has this like, it's able to see around it. It has this this kind of vision. It knows different things about the world. And then the key thing is it's actually interacting with the world on a virtual gamepad, kind of like the way a player interacts with the world. And that means that, it can chase you on top of that cliff. There's nothing stopping that NPC from just doing everything that you just did. And so that's actually has many applications. One of them being testing the game to see, is this reachable from this point? And that's really where we've used it. So it hasn't actually necessarily gone in front of players yet because that has a whole other element of it. It has to be perfect. It has to look really good. And this is something that we're tackling right now.